Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Mesa City Council meeting for June 6th, 2022. We will have the regular council meeting first, followed by a special council meeting. Are we doing the special council meeting first? No. Okay, so this script, okay, all right, I apologize. We are first doing the regular council and then followed by the special council meeting. So the mayor is unable to attend tonight and he's excused from both meetings, and all the other members of council are present. Councilmember Luna is joining us by Zoom. To begin with, we're going to have an invocation by Brooke Nsingoma with St. Matthew United Methodist Church, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
Great Spirit of love and justice, as this body gathers to lead and make decisions on behalf of the Mesa community, may they remember their obligations, particularly to the most vulnerable among us. May they work toward the common good and act with justice and truth. Guide them to good and proper use of resources, as the consent agenda includes contracts related to election information, security, and caring for the well-being of our fire and medical personnel. May decisions to invest in Mesa PD always work for the safety and peace of all peoples and neighborhoods that are part of the Mesa community, including the purchase of ammunition that is on this evening's consent agenda. Regarding a hearing and approval of next year's budget, may all of us maintain the awareness that a budget is a moral document that reflects our priorities and our hopes, with the power to further community, equity, and justice, or the power not to. May each of these council members and the mayor in his absence and each observer present receive a blessing of unity in a spirit of service, and may they be strengthened for the tasks and opportunities at hand. Amen.
Our first item is the consent agenda. Mr. Christopher, if you could please read the consent agenda.
Vice Mayor, council members, good evening. These are the items on the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk will be considered as a group by the City Council and will be enacted with one motion. There will be no separate discussion unless a council member or citizen requests, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item. Item 2, approval of minutes of previous meetings as written. Item 3A, act on liquor license application for Sertoma Club of Mesa, one-day event, Monday, July 4th, 201 North Center Street. Item 3B, act on liquor license application for Board and Batten, 4012 East Palm Street. Item 3C, act on liquor license application for Copper Stop Mini Mart, 2111 South Alma School Road. Item 3D, act on liquor license application for Go Puff, 225 South Hibbert. Item 3E, act on liquor license application for Copper Stop Mini Mart, 2111 South Alma School Road. Item 3F, act on liquor license application for Don Ito's Taqueria, 1863 South Power Road. Item 4A, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for printing and mailing of publicity pamphlets for the City Clerk's office. Item 4B, act on dollar limit increase to the term contract for private security guard services for various city facilities. Item 4C, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for drip drop oral rehydration system for the Mesa Fire and Medical Department. Item 4D, act to award 2 additional vendors and a dollar limit increase to the 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for ammunition and related products for the Mesa Police Department. Item 4E, act on a 1-year term contract for DNA lab supplies for the Mesa Police Department. Item 4F, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for chemical detectors and radionuclide identification devices for the Mesa Police Department. The initial purchase is with grant funds from the Arizona Department of Homeland Security. Item 4G, act on contract to purchase 1 mechanical street sweeper for the Transportation Department. This purchase is funded by the environmental compliance fee. Item 4H, act on extension and dollar limit increase to the term contract for light-duty automotive body repair services for the Fleet Services Department. Item 4I, act to use 2 additional cooperative contracts award of an additional vendor, and dollar limit increase to the term contract for lubricants, oils, and grease for the Fleet Services Department. Item 4J, act on contract to purchase 3 surface lifts and 6 mobile equipment lifts for the Fleet Services Department. Item 4K, act on 3-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for landscape refurbishment services for the Transportation Department. Item 4L, act on contract to purchase 2 CNG-powered roll-off refuse trucks for the Environmental Management and Sustainability Department. Item 4M, act on 1-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for 2 master job order contracts for landscaping construction services. Item 4N, act on 1-year term contract with 2 years of renewal options for 3 master job order contracts for utility construction services. Item 4O, act on contract for Brown Road Water Treatment Plant Network and Control System upgrades. Construction manager at risk, guaranteed maximum price number 1. Item 4P, act on contract for Northwest Water Reclamation Plant process improvements, pre-construction services, and construction manager at risk. Item 5A, act on resolution regarding ZON 22-00154 for property located north of Germain Road on the east side of the Crisman Road alignment. Site plan review to allow for an industrial development. Item 5B, act on resolution extinguishing an 8-foot public utility easement located at 4611 East Fairbrook Circle to accommodate construction of a new storage shed. Item 5C, act on resolution approving and authorizing city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with ADOT concerning ADOT right-of-way north of the northeast corner of Alvista Drive and Thomas Road. Item 5D, act on resolution approving and authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with ADOT for construction and maintenance of the Lehigh Loop Shared Use Pathway, Phase 1. Item 5E, act on resolution approving and authorizing the sale of certain city-owned real property located at 1956 East Maryland Avenue to the adjacent property owner. Item 5F, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an individual job order currently under a job order master contract for the Sewer Quarter Section Rehabilitation Project. Item 5G, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an individual job order currently under a job order master contract for the 120 North Center Street building remodel project to include energy efficient lighting and heating, ventilation, and HVAC systems in accordance with the city's climate action plan and other interior and exterior improvements. Item 5H, act on resolution authorizing the city manager to execute an individual job order under a job order master contract for the signalization, widening, and improvement at the intersection of Sossman and Baseline Roads. Item 5I, act on resolution modifying fees and charges for the Development Services Department. Item 5J, act on resolution modifying fees and charges for the Economic Development Department. Item 5K, act on resolution modifying fees and charges for Falcon Field Airport. Item 5L, act on resolution approving and adopting the City of Mesa Hazard Mitigation Plan. The 5-year plan was developed in collaboration with regional partners and the Maricopa County Department of Emergency Management. Item 5M, act on resolution adopting a pension funding policy and accepting the employer's share of assets and liabilities under the Public Safety Personnel Retirement System as required by state law. Item 5N, act on resolution calling a special bond election to submit to the qualified electors of the City of Mesa in conjunction with the general election to be held November 8th, 2022. Item 5O, act on resolution designating the general election date as November 8th, 2022, and the purpose of the general election, including providing the deadline for filing arguments for and against ballot measures, deadline for voter registration, and providing times the polls will be open. Item 6A, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 21-01285 for property located north of Ray Road on the east side of Power Road. Site plan modification to allow for development of a hotel. Item 6B, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 22-00093 for property located along the south side of Warner Road, east of Sossman Road, and west of Hawes Road. A rezone with a planned area development overlay and site plan review to allow for an industrial development. Item 6C, introduction of ordinance regarding ZON 22-00160 for property generally located south of Brown Road on the west side of Country Club Drive. Rezone and site plan review to allow for development of new headquarters for Child Crisis Arizona. Item 7A, act on ordinance amending the Mesa City Code by repealing the existing Title V, Chapter 14, entitled Natural Gas Regulations, and adopting as part of Title V a new Chapter 14, Sections 1 through 12, entitled Natural Gas Regulations, updating the city's natural gas curtailment regulations, line extension policies, and mirroring recent updates to policies and regulations for other city utilities. Item 8A, act on subdivision plat, Avalon Crossing Phase 1, for property located east of Crisman Road on the south side of Williamsfield Road. Item 8B, act on subdivision plat, Sossaman Business Campus, for property located on the east side of Sossaman Road, north of Elliott Road. Item 8C, act on subdivision plat, map of dedication for Williamsfield Road, for property located along Williamsfield Road between Crisman and Signal Butte Roads. And item 8D, act on subdivision plat, master final plat, Avalon Crossing Development Unit 1. This is for property generally located east of Crisman Road and south of Williamsfield Road. Vice Mayor and Council, these are the items on the consent agenda.
Are there any blue cards on the consent agenda?
No blue cards.
Okay. So I see a motion by Councilmember Freeman and a second by Councilmember Spilsbury. And so please cast your votes. Councilmember Luna, how do you vote?
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously. So the next item on our agenda is items from citizens present. Ms. Mosley, do you have anything from citizens?
No, Vice Mayor.
Okay. All right, thank you. So on to adjournment then. This is all the items for this meeting, but before we adjourn this meeting, as a reminder, we will begin the special meeting immediately after this. So Councilmember Luna will stay with us. So I need a motion to adjourn this meeting by Councilmember Thompson, seconded by Councilmember Freeman. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And so this meeting is adjourned.